Recently, I researched about the topic nanotechnology, materials that will change the world. To understand the concept, let's imagine you have a set of building blocks. You can join and break those blocks in 1,000 different ways to create 1,000 different shapes. Now, instead of building blocks, imagine particles, the size of atoms and molecules, from which you could build all kinds of fantastic materials, everything from brand new medicines to ultra fast computer chips. Making new things on this incredibly small scale is called nanotechnology, and it's one of the most exciting and fast moving areas of science and technology today. A nanometer is 1 billionth of a meter. For comparison, the diameter of a human hair is on average 80,000 nanometers. At such extreme scales, the ordinary laws of physics and chemistry no longer apply, and thus give rise to new unprecedented properties, which have infinite potential for use. Most of nanotechnology's benefits will, however, happen decades later in the future, but it's already helping to improve our world in many different ways. We tend to think of nanotechnology as something new and alien, perhaps because the word technology implies artificial and human made. But life itself is an example of nanotechnology. Proteins, bacteria, viruses, and cells, they all work on the nanoscopic scale. We might not realize it, but we are already using this tech in our day-to-day life. We might be using nanotech rugs, sleeping on nanotech sheets, or hauling nanotech luggage to the airport. All these products are made from fabrics coated with nano whiskers. These tiny surface fibers are so small that dirt cannot penetrate into them, which means the deeper layers of material stay clean. Some brands of sunscreen also use nanotech in a similar way. They coat our skin with a layer of nanoscopic titanium dioxide that blocks out the sun's harmful UV rays. Nano coatings are also appearing on scratch-resistant bump cars, anti-slip steps on vans and buses, corrosion-resistant paints, and wound dressings. Carbon nanotubes are among the most exciting of these nanomaterials. These rod-shaped carbon molecules are hollow, but their densely packed structure makes them incredibly strong, and they can be grown into fibers of virtually any length. NASA scientists have recently proposed that carbon nanotubes could be used to make a gigantic elevator, stretching all the way from Earth into space. This is just one of the infinite possibilities that might seem impossible right now, but will no longer be a fictional dream with breakthrough in nanotechnology research. A major area where nanotechnologies can cause significant change is public health, currently plagued by the aging of populations, emerging disease, and resistance to antibiotics. By scaling down this technology, we could go further by implanting or injecting tiny sensors inside our bodies. It will soon be possible to subject patients to intensive treatment while minimizing side effects. Chemotherapy will cease to be a massive overall aggression to the organism and will instead become ultra precise. The active substance will be administered directly to a cancerous cell, thereby preventing an immune system response. This is indeed a gigantic step forward for the patient. The fight against climate change means we need new ways to generate and use electricity, and nanotechnology is already playing a role. It has helped create batteries that can store more energy for electric cars and has enabled solar panels to convert more sunlight into electricity. In the future, nanotechnology could also enable objects to harvest energy from their environment. New nanomaterials and concepts are currently being developed that show potential for producing energy from movement, light, variations in temperature, glucose, and other sources with high conversion efficiency. Nanotechnology can also be of great help to the United Nations Sustainable Development Goal number 2, no hunger, where it can increase the quality and quantity of agricultural production and make it more sustainable through sustainable water use, treatment of seeds, reduced pollution, and enhance the delivery of nutrients and plant protection products. Nano-engineered materials also have applications in goal number 12 regarding sustainable resources, goals 3, 6, 11, 12 associated with safety, goal 3, which is healthcare, and goal number 7, energy. So why is nanotechnology so important to research and advance in, especially when it's almost impossible to work with and it's taking billions of dollars? To answer this, we have to think back on how we compare technology of one generation to another and see how far we've come and how further we've advanced. To keep this cycle of progress going, we can't just sit and improve already existing data and technology. We have to innovate. And the next step in innovation and the next breakthrough in technology will be through nanoparticles. But nanotechnology isn't all fun and games. While doing my research, I started noticing the use of nanotechnology in movies. But what caught my attention was how it was almost always used as a force for evil and for malignant purposes. So how true is this portrayal? Nanotechnology sounds like a word of great promise, but some people have raised concerns that nanoscale organisms or machines could harm human life or the environment. One problem is that tiny particles can be extremely toxic to the human body. No one really knows what harmful effect new nanomaterials or substances could have. Chemical pesticides were not considered harmful when they were first used in the early decades of the 20th century. It wasn't until the 1970s that their potential harmful effects were properly understood. Could the same happen with nanotechnology? Critics of nanotech still argue that humans should not meddle with worlds they don't understand. But if we took that argument to its logical conclusion, we'd have no inventions at all. No medicines, no transportation, no agriculture, and no education. We'd still be living in the Stone Age. The real question is whether the promise of nanotechnology is greater than any potential risks that go with it. And that will determine whether our nano future becomes a dream or a nightmare. While the pace of research quickens and the market for nanomaterial expands, it appears not enough is being done to discover the toxicological consequences. The potential risk that nanotechnology poses to human health must be investigated. Most nanomaterials, though, will likely prove to be harmless, according to many researchers. But when a technology advances rapidly, knowledge and communication about its safety need to keep pace in order for it to benefit, especially if it is also to secure public confidence. So, how far along are we in the advancement of nanotech? Currently, only at the tip of a huge iceberg. While there are many characteristics we want to unlock, we'd like useful nanotech to have three general properties: self-assembly, self-repair, and self-replicating. These general properties assure that a nanomachine can assemble itself from raw atomic and molecular species found in the environment. It can maintain itself in a working condition and can make copies of itself to a certain limit. Once these three properties are achieved, possibilities we consider fictions and myths will have potential to become realities. To conclude, because of the possibility of exponential growth as a field, nanotechnology has generated a new industrial revolution, progressing from passive nanostructures to productive nanosystems. However, as with all technologies, it carries a significant potential for misuse and abuse on a scale and scope never seen before. Nanotechnology seems to be where the world is headed if technology keeps advancing, and competition practically guarantees that advance will continue.